There's one key difference between the guys who experience the dating lives that they want and the guys who, no matter how hard they try, will absolutely keep living out the same pattern. And until they cross that threshold and become the type of guy who can actually experience the reality that they want to have, they will continue to live a life of quiet desperation. Let me explain. Now, the key difference I speak of is the guys who ultimately get the life they want have one key trait, and that key trait is they do not tolerate problems. Now, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by tolerating problems? The guys who don't tolerate problems, when they perceive that there's an issue, when things are not going according to plan, they can't sleep, they can't rest, they can't relax. They have to solve the problem. Now, the guys who ultimately don't get the life they want, when they perceive a problem, they put their head in the sand. They don't feel any urgency. There's no need to address it. They're okay with the problem. They're comfortable with the problem. And thus, their reality never shifts. And when their reality never shifts, they just default to complaining. They become apathetic. They just accept that this is reality, never questioning why they are the ones who have to live this type of existence where other guys don't. They never question what is the difference between the guy who has the life that they want and themselves, right? And the difference is, the main difference, because I'm sure there's multiple, but the main difference is the other guy is not tolerating the problem. He is getting down to the core of the issue. He is figuring out a solution that he can implement that puts him in a different space. And this is why I love coaching, because I love working with guys like this. I love working with guys who don't tolerate problems, because you can take a guy who doesn't tolerate problems, no matter where they start, whether they can't get a date, whether they can't get past the third date, whether they can't retain a woman, whether they can't maintain a healthy relationship. You can take a guy like that and you can always make progress, because you know he's going to do what is necessary in order to get to the next level, while the other guy never enters the arena in the first place. And the beautiful thing about this is it's not a genetic trait. You can change this at any moment. You have free will. It is a mindset. You can decide right now to transition from a guy who tolerates problems to a guy who doesn't tolerate problems. And when you make that shift, your entire world will open up, because you'll begin to focus on possibility instead of pain. And when you do that, when you shift that focus, now you can start making progress. Now you can start building the life that you ultimately want, piece by piece, your dating life just being the first of many domains that you ultimately elevate. And if you're a guy like that, if you're a guy who doesn't tolerate problems, but your dating life is suboptimal, you know there's a lot of room for improvement, or you're a guy who does tolerate problems and you want to transition to a guy who no longer does that, and you want to start solving the issues you're having with women yourself, the link for coaching is in my bio. Click that link, watch the video I have for you, and I will see you on the other side.